Hey guys, it's Bonnie. Today I am here to do a review and discussion for The Retribution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkins, which is the third and final book in the Mara Dyer trilogy. So yeah, let's get right into it. This first part of the video will be just a quick little review, and it will be non-spoilery, so you have no worries. However, if you haven't read the first or second book, you probably shouldn't watch this, because there will probably most definitely be spoilers for those two. The book starts off right where the second one left off. We don't know what's going on. There's been like experimentations, Noah is dead, or so we think or don't think. We don't know what's going on really. So throughout this book, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything like from the beginning to end. So I'll just kind of say what I liked and didn't like about it. What I really liked was, one, how fast-paced it was. Like, it felt like I flew through this book. And yeah, I think I probably read it at the normal pace as any other book, but it just felt like I was flying through it, and that's how the other books in the series felt as well. So I wasn't really surprised, but it was very nice. Another thing I loved were the characters in this book. Again, I don't want to like go into detail of everyone that's in it because it's kind of like possible sort of spoilers. Not really, but just in case. Obviously we know Mara's in it, and Mara goes through a lot of character development in this book compared to the other two. I mean, she's kind of already started, but this book, she's like, Mara is out for blood, and she's out for Noah. And if you're standing in her way of Noah, you're gonna die. There are also some really like humorous parts in the book between the characters, in between all the like darkness and violence, which I really liked because it was just a nice little break, and the characters in this book are really freaking funny, so that was nice. Some things I didn't like about this book, and this is kind of hard for me to say, because once again, spoilers, and once again, conflictions. Because I liked how it ended, like the way it ended, I really, really liked that. It was very nice, I liked it. But some of the things were just, I don't know, they could have been tied up better, I guess. And there was definitely some questions left. So, yeah, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to spoil you on anything. So I'm just going to leave it at that. There were things I liked and things I didn't, and I will go more into those in the discussion. I gave the book a 4.5 out of 5, I think. That's what I'm settling on. I can't decide between Evolution of Mara Dyer and this one because I know a lot of people liked Evolution a lot better, but I liked the first one the best, so I'm not really sure. I think it probably just goes in order for my favorites. Yeah, it goes in order of the series. So yeah, now let's get into the discussion so we can discuss and I can actually talk about the book without being all cryptic. So if you have not read The Retribution of Mara Dyer, you should leave, because if you don't, you're gonna get hella spoiled. Yeah, okay. So the first thing I really loved about this book, like I said in my review, were the characters. They were great. I'm gonna start with Mara again, but go into more detail. Mara is so badass in this book. She kills so many people and she just doesn't care. Let's see, she kills Wayne, she kills the doctor, she kills that dude that tried to rape her, she kills Jude eventually, but he kind of asked for her to. Like, she had a reason for killing all these people, so it wasn't like, oh, Mara. And then like she gets a little insane when they're like on the subway and she's like, I want these guys to die. And it's like, that was a very conflicting moment. I don't know about you guys, but for me it was, because like at one point I'm like, yeah, they were assholes and like they were awful. And at the same time, like, should they die? And it was kind of a scene where we all were kind of questioning Mara, like, how far is she gonna go? Is she gonna be insane? What's going on? It's just, and it was really cool to read a female character like that, because normally your female characters are all like, no, I have to be good, I have to do the best. And Mara's like, I really don't care. If you did something wrong, you are going to be punished. And if you're preventing me from seeing Noah Shaw, you are going to be punished. Next, I'd like to talk about Jamie, because Jamie was probably my favorite character in the entire book. He was so freaking funny and optimistic but realistic, and he was just that character that you like needed in the book to like ground the other characters and really bring everything in. And he had like, you know, like the comedic relief. He had his weird mind power thing where he can like tell people to do things, so like obviously they would have not survived without Jamie. So love Jamie. I really like Stella too. Obviously when she left, like I could understand why she wanted to leave, but I was like, no, stay, Stella, please, because I really liked Stella, but what you gonna do? She left. And that's one of the things I will get into when I talk about loose ends, because we never hear about Stella again after she leaves. What happened to Stella? I thought this book, another thing this book did really well was how it kind of continued to play in with those weird dreams that Mara has been having, the genetic memory dreams. I thought those were really cool, and they kind of fit the story more for me during this one because it gave you more answers instead of just being like, what the heck is this? So I actually really liked those, because in the other two books I was kind of like, just want to get through this part of the book. But in this one it made like a lot more sense, and it gave us a lot more answers, which was super nice. I really liked that. There wasn't a lot of Noah in this book, which is sad because Noah's a great character, but obviously, you know, he had to be off in a way, I guess. And so when we finally do get to Noah and we get to see his point of view, I literally had a heart attack because like, what? Why are you giving us Noah's point of view? Is someone going to die? Because that's what tends to happen when you give characters points of views, you know? Like, it leaves options. But thankfully, you know, no one died. Did we get Noah's perspectives in the other books? Like, I honestly can't remember. I should have read the other books before I read them. A scene that really kind of like made me uneasy in this book was when Mara was cutting her stomach open. Like, I was like, girl, what are you doing? Stop it. And then they took those weird capsule things out of her stomach. Like, what the heck? And then they never really like went back to talk about those capsules. They're just like, okay, they're out. Life is good. What I assume those capsules were they were like kind of like medicine that was going off in her to make her powers stop, and probably made her do that weird mirror thing where her reflection would talk to her. I assume, kind of like in Lucy when Scarlett Johansson had those things in her stomach, you know. I don't know, it felt like it should have been more of a big deal, but it's kind of like, took care of it, done, goodbye. I don't know. So now I want to talk about that end scene with, you know, Noah and Mara and Jude and Noah's dad. That was crazy. I was not expecting Noah's dad to be the one to be behind all the madness, but it makes sense. Like, I should have realized it. He's rich. Of course he funded all this. And all that stuff with Dr. Kells, like how long she's been doing this, like it was all crazy. But I really enjoyed that kind of explanation. Like, it was a really good explanation in my opinion for everything that's been going on. And oh my god. I was reading this and I'm like, okay, Mara cannot die and Noah cannot die. Like, it's not gonna happen. But even when, and like Mara was like talking about her brothers and everything, and like I was crying. Like, I had a feeling she wouldn't die, but like I was still crying. So good job there, Michelle Hodkins. Hodkin. I always say Hodkins, but it's Hodkin. Something that was kind of sort of like, I don't know, not believable was like the whole thing with the lawyer and the cops. Like, I didn't really get that part. Like, what did the lawyer say in order to get them off the hook? Or was it all Jamie? I don't really know. And then there's like the end. Like, after chapter 73, which, holy moly, that chapter. There's been like more and more like sex scenes in YA novels as of recently. And they're not really like sex scenes where it like goes into detail or anything, but you know, you just know that they are. And this was one of the most beautifully written ones, I have to say. Like, that was really nice. I really enjoyed that. But then like chapter 73 was over and it was like epilogue, and I'm just like, what? I think it probably should have like spent more time wrapping things up like after that chapter, because it seemed like everything just kind of like, we're done. There were things that just weren't answered, like what happens after New York? What are they doing with their life? Are they gonna be together, or is she gonna kill him? Like, what? I still kind of have questions about that. But it just kind of ends, and like, I don't know, I like it and don't like it at the same time, because on one side of things, you can kind of like say your own ending. You could say, hey, they had a happily ever after, had some babies, had a good life. But on the other hand, it's kind of like, what happened? I need closure. I need to make sure they're okay, or I need to know more. What happens to them? And then, like I said, we don't hear about Stella. You know, we don't hear about Mara's family anymore, Noah's family, Jamie's family. We don't know what's going on with them, what they're gonna believe. And we don't, I don't know, there's a lot we don't know, but like, I don't know, I like it and I don't like it at the same time. I'm kind of still in the middle of deciding. What I did love about the ending though, was the last line. Oh my god, I think I literally screamed. And I immediately, when I finished reading, I went and grabbed the Unbecoming of Mara Dyer and read that first page. And it says, you know, my name's not Mara Dyer, but my lawyer said I had to pick a name or something. And even at the bottom it says Mara Dyer, and then it like has New York, and I'm like, oh my god, why didn't I see that coming? But I thought that was super awesome. Because of that, I don't think we ever learn Mara's real name, right? Unless I like blacked out for a big part of the book, I don't think we learned that. And wouldn't that also mean that every character's name is not really their name? Like Noah's not Noah, Jamie's not Jamie, Stella's not Stella, you know? But I don't know, I think I'm glad we didn't find out Mara's real name, because I don't want to call her or consider her anything other than Mara Dyer. I don't know, it would just feel weird to be like, this is Mara through all 3 books, and then it's like, ha, my name's actually Ashley. So yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about this book. Like I said, I had some problems with the end because there were a lot of loose ends, but I also kind of liked it. I don't know. It was a little confusing in the beginning, but as it went on, it got really nice. Characters were really funny, loved them so much. And overall, it was a really nice conclusion to this series. I'm going to miss it because this is a fantastic YA trilogy. If you haven't read it, that would be dumb, because if you haven't read it and you're watching this, what are you doing? Alright, so like I said, pretty good conclusion. Few things I had a problem with. 4.5 out of 5 stars because of that reason. Yeah. Ooh. Also, I totally did not know that these were coming signed, but it is, so that's cool. Alright, this video is long enough, so I should get going. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought of the Retribution of Mara Dyer if you've read it. If you're watching this far, I really hope you've read it. Let's discuss in the comments and get a conversation going, because that's always fun. Alright, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.